Hi, in this video, I'm going to be solving a question on implicit differentiation. What we have here is 2xy cubed plus 4x squared y minus 3y equal to 9. And remember, in implicit differentiation, you will be differentiating both sides of the equation. This here is the left-hand side, and this here is the right-hand side. So how do we differentiate this? Remember, I would always say that we have the variables here, x and y. We have the variables here, x and y, multiplied by a constant. I will always write it this way: 2 into x, y cubed plus 4 into x squared y minus 3y equal to 9. So here we're going to be differentiating both sides of the equation, the left hand side and the right hand side. And how do we differentiate this side of the equation? We have the x of everything we have here to xy cubed plus 4 into x squared y minus 3y equal to d dx of 9. So differentiating the left hand side, you will notice that inside of our bracket here, x is multiplying y cubed. And remember, when two different functions are multiplying each other, we would use the product rule of differentiation. We would use the product rule of differentiation. Now, differentiating this using product rule, what does product rule state? Product rule states that when we have two different functions multiplying each other, u multiplying v, the derivative is going to be u dv plus v du. So here, we are going to treat x as u, then treat y cubed as v. Then how do we differentiate this? We then have here 2 into y, x rather, is our u. Keep u, then differentiate v. What's our v? Y cubed. Differentiating y cubed, we have 3y squared dy dx. That is for this part. Plus, from product rule, plus v du. V is y cubed multiplied by, when we differentiate x, we have 1. Close the bracket. So we are done with the derivative of this term. Moving on to the other, plus 4 into x squared y. Remember, x squared is our u. Retain that, multiplied by, differentiating y gives 1. Remember, always multiply it with dy dx. So 1 times dy dx, we have dy dx. Plus the other part, v du. Y is taken to be our v. Y dot, in differentiating x squared, we would have 2x, close the bracket, minus differentiating 3y would give us 3 dy dx equal to the right hand part here. When we differentiate 9, we're going to have 0, because whenever we differentiate a constant, we have 0. So how do we complete this solution? We will open our bracket here, everything we have. All right, opening everything we have, it will become 2 times 3. We have 6. But remember, there's x and there's y squared here. So 2 times 3 gives 6. X times y squared gives x. Y squared dy dx. All right, plus y cubed times 1 is y cubed. 2 times that y cubed gives 2y cubed plus 4 times y times 2x. 4 times 2x will give us 8x times y. We're going to have 8xy minus 3 dy dx equal to 0. What we are looking for here is dy dx, this term. That's what we are looking for because we are asked to differentiate the function. So we would collect all like terms, bring all dy dx together. That's what I mean by collecting like terms. Then factor out what they have in common. This term here contains dy dx. This term here contains dy dx. This term also contains dy dx. This term also contains dy dx. Factor out dy dx. So we would have, so here we would have we will now have dy dx all into, we will be left with 6xy squared plus this particular term, we would have 4x squared. On this hand, when you factor out dy dx, we're going to be left with minus 3. So we have minus 3. Close the bracket. Equal to. On the other hand, what we are going to have will be all the terms that doesn't contain dy dx. So we have 2y cubed and 8xy. And when they are transferred to the other side of the equation, we're going to have minus into 2y cubed plus 8xy. So from here, we would have that the answer to this becomes, to find dy dx, we have to isolate dy dx. And in order to isolate dy dx, we will divide both sides by its coefficient, which is 6xy squared plus 4x squared minus 3 over 6xy squared plus 4x squared minus 3. If this cancels out, therefore, dy dx would be equal to minus 2y cubed plus 8xy over 6xy squared plus 4x squared minus 3. And so this is our answer.